Hi everybody, welcome to week 3 of our fall 2021 semester. I know the last 2 videos have been reruns for you and review, but this week we're going to start our shawl make along. We're starting with crochet and we're going to pick up from there and learn a couple new things, maybe, hopefully, depends on the person. But I think this shawl is really pretty. It's a mystery. I'm not going to let you know what it is until we are done. But I will be giving you the pattern as we go along. So this is this week's video. It is the shawl make along. Okay, crochet shawl make along. It's a crochet video. All right, get your hooks ready. Okay, so to start our first row of our crochet make along, I am going to be showing you 3 rows to start, and that's how we're going to do it. So to start, if you're completely new, let me just adjust the lighting. All right, that's color balance is a little nicer there. Okay, so to start, we are going to need, there's not a lot of difficult stitches here. So first we're going to have to crochet 206 chains. So we'll start with that. So I'm going to start with the Super Saver, Red Heart Super Saver yarn. You can get this at Joann's or Michael's or online. I think sometimes they even carry this at Walmart too. And it's in the Cool Stripe color lot. And it's 100% acrylic and it's a number 4. A shawl that I am making generally uses a number 3, sometimes even a 2, so it really just depends. I'm going to, and they used a G hook, so I'm going to get out a hook that's similar, maybe an H. Do I have a G? What's this? Where's my G? I'll just use a G hook. So I'm going to use my G hook and I'm going to crochet 206. It's going to take a while for me to crochet all that or chain all those stitches. So sometimes when you are chaining like a really large amount, I would put a stitch marker, like one of these, into your chain. Like if you have trouble counting, maybe you've got 100 stitches or 100 chains to do, put a stitch marker in your 25th chain and then put another stitch marker in your 50th chain, so you've got one every 25 chains. That might help you count. So then you just have to count from each chain. Okay, so I'm not going to make you watch me chain 206. So give me a second and I will finish that. Okay, so now that I have 206, I'm going to single crochet, and I used my stitch markers to mark every 50 stitches, so that helped me out. I'm going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook, which is right here. 1, 2, and then shell in the next chain. So shell is going to be a shell stitch, and shell stitch is going to be just the normal 5 double crochet shells worked in the same stitch. So I'm going to work it in the close in that next chain. Okay, so just one over. I'm gonna need to wrap it around first. I'm gonna do 5 double crochets. So 1, and this is your first row. 2, 3, 4, and then 5, and we're doing that all in that same chain space right below, see? Right there. Okay, so then we're gonna skip 2. So the next one would be this one right here, right there. It's hard to kind of see it. So 1, 2, okay, and single crochet in that next chain. Okay, so then skip, oh sorry, and then we are going to chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip 4 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th one. And then single crochet in that next chain right there. Okay, so that's going to be our first row. So I'm going to skip 2, 1, 2, and then I'm going to shell in that next. Sorry. Oop. So shell is 5 double crochets in that same spot. So I'll do it a couple more times so you guys can see. Oop. That's 3. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So after you shell, skip 2 chains, 1, 2, single crochet. All right, and then we chain 5, 3, 4, 5. Skip 4 down here, so 1, 2, 3, 4. single crochet in that 5th, and then I'm going to skip 2 chains, 1, 2, and shell. So we're going to keep doing this until you have you're going to have 19 shells and 18 chain spaces. So that's if you, when you know you've done it right, is if you have that many. Okay. I'll do it one more time. It's not really too difficult, it's just repetitive. One, two. Two, chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's the 5th one right there. I'm going to go into this one because that's the 5th chain. Single crochet, wrap it around in anticipation, skip 2, 1, 2, and move right here. Double crochet 5, so that's going to be your shell. Shells are pretty easy. So just follow this pattern for now. Okay, so I'll show you how to finish the shell because it's a 5 double crochet shell, and then I'll show you row 2. So skip 1, 2, and single crochet. So what's the next thing you do? The chains, right? Okay, so I'll see you in a sec. Okay, so now we're going to, because we should have 19 shells and 18 spaces in between with chains, okay? And mine's kind of changing color because I've got a variegated yarn like that. So I have a couple of chains left on the end. That's, if you do too, that's fine. Yeah. So then it says to keep doing what I did. Single crochet, skip 2 chains, single crochet, next chain. I did that. Okay, so there's nothing else to do here. So I'm going to turn it and we're going to start the next row. So it says to skip the first stitch, that's this one, and then slip stitch in the next 2 double crochets. So let's slip stitch. Careful not to split your yarn. 1, the next one, 2. So it's like you're moving over 2. So then I'm going to single crochet in the next one, over. Okay, that's 1. And then, because I think what we're doing now is we're coming down this way to make the triangular point of our shawl. So we're on row 2, and I'm only going to row 3 today because this shawl pattern is just a repetition of rows 2 and 3 for 22 rows. So this is row 2. So slip stitch in the next 2 double crochets, single crochet into the next double crochet, which I did, then chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and single crochet into the next chain space. So right here, this guy. All right, so I single crocheted, and then we're going to chain 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to single crochet in the third shell. So it might be hard to see, so if you need to turn it, it's okay. So it's your middle shell, it's like the top part of your double crochet. So we're going to single crochet in that space there. So literally what we're doing is we're not doing any shells this row. We're just going across the row 4, 5, and then we're going to go here in the middle of our chain space, and we're just connecting these, and we're always chaining 5, 3, 4, 5, chain on the top one. It might get easier over time to determine which one's the top shell. 2, 3, 4, 5. And as long as you don't twist, you should be doing pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, it gets easy over time. Single crochet. 1, 2. I'll just do this one more time and then I'll show you what happens when I get to the end. Because you're going to do it, you want to have 37 single crochets. So that counts this one here up at the top, and then you've got 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or you should have 36 chain spaces. That might be easier. So when you have that amount, you need to stop and really you should end right here on the top of the last one. Okay, so I'll see you in a minute. All right, so now you've finished, and you should have your last single crochet in the top of your last shell from the row below. So that's row 1. So you just finished row 2, and I'm going to turn it, and we're going to start row 3. So to start row 3, we skip the first stitch, slip stitch into the next 2 chains. So we're moving over. 1, and then 2. Sorry. And then 2. Okay. So slip stitch over 2. And then we're going to single crochet into the chain space. Okay? Like that. And then we're going to shell in the next single crochet. So right here, top of that. So what ends up happening is we'll decrease by 1 shell each other row, every other row. So it's going to make that point that is very typical of a shawl. But with shells, I know shells are sometimes not people's favorite, but they do make a nice look in crochet, especially with a nice variegated yarn like this. So see how it's already transitioning? It's very nice. And who doesn't love blues? So really, this is it. This is the row. So then we're going to, we shelled in that chain space. So we're going to single crochet to finish our shell, our 5 double crochet shell in that chain space next door. All right, like that. Okay, so then we're going to chain 5. And we're going to kind of copy the first row, except we're not working into the foundation chain this time. 5. And then we're going to single crochet in the next chain space. Okay. Okay, and then we're going to double crochet, or we're going to shell in that single crochet below. Make sense? Oh my gosh, I'm getting tangled. I'm going to do it a couple more times so you know. But really, this is a very easy shawl pattern, so it shouldn't take you very long to do. I don't think it would take you very long. I don't like how I did that last one, so I'm going to take that out. I'm using a G hook and a 4 yarn, remember, too. And I'll show you the label one more time. Red Heart Super Saver Stripes. So I think it even, sometimes it has like the chart on it, or that shows the color, how it looks when it stripes, but it's okay. So remember, it's like the row below. You're just transitioning with that look. Oh my gosh, my yarn is splitting. 1, 2, 3. So I need 2 more. 4. And then 5. So we just completed the shell. Oh my gosh, guys. I can do this. Okay, we just completed a shell. So what do we do next? We're going to single crochet in the top of the chain space. Nice. Okay, and now we gotta chain 5. Because after every shell, you have to have that space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to single crochet in the top of the next one, chain space. So the only time you ever go into the single crochet down here is to do a double crochet shell. So I'm going to do it right now. And it's so simple. So once you get into the rhythm of it, it's not going to take you very long at all. And you're going to do the last row and this row until you reach row 22. And then you're going to fasten it off. So then we'll figure out how to go from there. Oh, I need to yarn over first. So that's 2. And I'll show you how to finish this double crochet, this double crochet shell. And then I will end this video because this really wasn't very hard at all. If you have the instructions, pretty easy to follow. You might have to practice the first row once or twice, but really, it's not that hard. Okay, so just did a 5 double crochet shell and I ended in the chain space. No single crochets on top of single crochets. It's always going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's always going to be shells on top of single crochets. All right. So I can't wait to see you guys start this. It's going to be really cool. I promise I'm not going to show you what it looks like finished because I want you to be excited. So it's a mystery. It's a mystery crochet along. Okay, so that's it. That's it for week 3. We've started our mystery crochet shawl, and for now it's shells, and it's pretty simple. I can't wait to see you the next time we meet for part 2 of our mystery crochet shawl-a-thon. Okay, see you next week.